Kaya is on the Biz with D with us right now. How you doing, Kaya?
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How about yourself?
Yes, is this a clean show? Because I heard you say my and my yes like that. So that means this is a clean show?
No, we can say it. I just didn't want to say it because I don't got that. You feel me?
Okay. Let me know, honey. I got to know because, I got a potty mouth.
No, this is uncut and raw. Go ahead.
How you doing, D? Thank you for having me.
Not a problem. Thank you. I just want to let you know that I've been a fan of yours since the beginning, and I was shocked when I got a call from your team saying, yes, we want to set up an interview. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, good. I'm glad we were able to make it happen.
Absolutely. So just real quick, just kind of tell the people who may not know who you are, tell them just a little bit about you.
Well, I'm Kaya, Thug Mistress, Miss Neck and Back, a.k.a. Motor Mouth, a.k.a. Gangsters, a.k.a. Nasty Music, a.k.a. Kaya. Just an independent female artist, entrepreneur. I've been running my own label and been putting music out now for 7 years. My first hit festival was My Neck, My Back. My first album was Black.
Can you speak up, Kaya? I can't hear you.
I'm kind of the front face for independent artists, female and male, that are out here grinding, trying to achieve success, letting them know that you can have it, it can happen, and to grind until you take it to the top.
Absolutely. Well, let me tell you, let's, just kind of get started. I did not know that you were raised in Germantown, Pennsylvania, the Germantown neighborhood. I did not know that. So you were real close because I'm in Delaware.
You in Delaware?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was born and raised half of my life in Philly. I moved to Florida when I was 12, so I'm kind of a mixture of Philly and Florida. So that's just like mixing a pit bull with a Rottweiler, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
I got to blend. You all what your mother raised you to be, and all of my family is Philly. But I got my hood stripes and my street cred was in Florida, so both of them. I call both of them home.
Absolutely. And what was it like growing up in Philadelphia from your perspective?
I loved it, of course. My mom thought Philly was a little bit too much, so she wanted to move down south. And then when we were moving, I was hating it and didn't really like it, and was like, what's up with all this grass and these cows and these trees and these country people, and they don't got no culture. But that's just growing up in Philly and then leaving and having to start over in a new place and leaving your family and your friends behind. But I loved it. I love the city. I love the snow. I love everything about Philly. And then when I got to Florida and just being there, living there, and living there now, I love the ocean. I wouldn't want to go back to Philly because it's too cold. I love having my shorts on in the summertime. So it's like I still love Philly because we just as real and we just as real as they come. But Florida is just it's where it's at.
Right, definitely. And whew, it is cold today.
I know it's cold. And see, it's 80, it's 78 degrees in Florida. So it's like we hot. We still on the beach. It's still partying on New Year's. It's still hot. So it's like Philly, I love it. It's home. But Florida, we really get it popping. I love to be able to go out to the beach and the ocean and just the weather and the people. And, I love them both. I'm half and half.
Absolutely. So your first single, known single, My Neck, My Back, was such a great hit. I gotta know, what was your reaction to such the great response to it?
It was crazy, and it still is crazy. It gave women a voice. It was still about empowerment for women. A lot of people say, "Oh, she sing My Neck, My Back." How can she say anything about anybody with making a song like My Neck, My Back? But it was like women weren't really saying, take time out to please me. It's been so many male songs about this and that and slob and slurp and threesomes and foursomes and down your throat and choke. And it was like, we said some stuff in lyrics, as far as, do me and pleasure me, but it wasn't really a song that was just dedicated to the ladies about, don't matter what you got, it don't matter who you are, you need to lick me, please me, make love to me, and I've already got my own shit, so it really don't matter what you got because I'm a boss just like you, and it's time for you to lick my pussy and my crack. So it was like, no, she didn't say that, but yes, she did, and thank you, Kaya, because everybody was like, oh, liberation for the ladies. I still perform that song all over the world.
I know
young,
you do.
old, all colors, all races. I mean, every culture you could think of. I've been from Africa to Greece to Spain to Brazil with my neck and my back. So just to be able to tour all over the world and all different nationalities of women. And the men loved it just as well. You know, some of them that was scared to do it, it was full direction. They was able to do it and embrace it and enjoy it, and women were demanding it, and it was like, okay, I got to do this because I look at you that started. So I get love from everybody still to this day from that song, so I'm glad to have a record like that I'll be able to perform forever and make money.
Absolutely, because like I told you, that was my joint. I was like, what? Let's go back what year that came out. 2002.
Yeah, it came out in 2000. Well, it really came out in 2000, and I did it mainstream in 2002. So it's been out for 12 years. Mhm.
I was too young to be knowing all that, but trust me, I had already knew. But I was like, yes,
yes. And even the young kids that's growing up, that's grown now. Of course, your mother tell you you're not supposed to listen to this and that, but they still listen. They still knew. And they've grown to be fans. Some of the kids was made off my neck and my back. People lost their virginity. People just was going to college. So it was like, it's timeless. There's so many memories where people can say, oh, when that song came out, I did this, I did that. I named my baby after you. You know, it was my first freshman year. I graduated from high school. You know, so it's so many stories off of that song where people will remember it for a lifetime. So I'm thankful for it.
Right. So I know you collaborated with some artists like Gucci Mane, Janet, Jermaine Dupri. Oh my gosh! I mean, the list goes on and on. But what was your favorite collaboration?
Oh, what would be my favorite collaboration? I think it would be the one with Janet. I really had fun. And when they sent me the song, you know, I was like, okay, they were like, okay, Kaya, we need you to write something to this song, and I was like, oh my God. I love Janet. I grew up listening to Janet. Like, I can't believe she's calling me, telling me she wants me to write something for her song. And then for them to choose it as a lead single, it was like, oh, my goodness, this is just wonderful because I've been a fan of Janet for so long. So I think it would be so exciting. And then when I sent the bridge and the hook back and they loved it and wanted to use it, that was just confirmation showing, you know, yes, an independent female from the hood with no deal, with no machine, is getting sought out by Janet Jackson and being respected as a writer, and was able to get on a song and be the first woman to ever do a collaboration with Janet Jackson. So it's like that's a timeless situation too. So I would have to say Janet.
Right, and I'll tell you, my friend who's a Janet fan, of course he loves the song, but he loves that one. When I had mentioned I was going to get you on the show, he's like, David, please. He's like, Miss My Neck, My Back, Miss. The girl that's on So Excited with my Janet, because he likes to call himself Janet, but I'm not going to shout his name out. But
okay. There's so many Janets all over, honey. Janet fans go hard.
They sure do, but he was like,
yes,
no way. But that's definitely my favorite collaboration. Basically, what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that's mine too.
Hard.
Yes. Yeah, it was, and then everybody loved the hook. They sing it. That's another song at all the prides. When I do the gay prides, they want me to perform that song, and they know that hook, that Act Bad, Talk Dirty. So it's like just to be able to write and contribute to songs that people remember is just, you know, just my dreams are coming true just through my music.
Absolutely. So real quick, I know I've seen stuff on Twitter, just online, period, saying that you were going to join Love and Hip Hop. Can I get the official yes or no that is true or not?
I don't know at this time. No, I don't. I'm not sure at this time. You know, it's just a lot of politics behind it, money. You know, just giving, you know, them exclusive control of me and my music and my shows and my booking and just. You know, I've done for myself so long, and I've been in control for so long. I don't want to be exclusive with anybody unless they're cutting a check. And Mona Scott don't like to pay people. So, you know, I hope that, you know, Mona can see that the ratings will go through the roof, that the fans, we need at least one real person on the TV screen. And, you know, people need to get paid what they're worth. And it's just a lot of people that's on these reality shows just want the exposure. And I do enough of that just through my performances and blogging and touring and, I'm already established, so I'm not Stevie J, and I'm not Rashida, and I'm not none of them that just want to get exposure to try to sell records. I've already proven that I can sell records, so at the end of the day, they need to be able to pay me a little bit more than what they're paying everybody else that haven't really accomplished or did anything.
Right. And I can totally agree with where you're coming from with that. I just had to know because I saw like so many times they were like, you were retweeting about it. I was like, I wouldn't mind seeing Kai on the show.
Yes,
I would not mind
retweet.
it. Mm-hmm.
And let the fans, give their opinion and say, we need Kai, let's campaign for Kai, let's start a website for Kai, let's get Kai on this show. And I'm not really big on reality TV because just being on Rap Supreme, I know a lot of it is scripted. And I'm such a real person. I'm going to want to be me, and I'm going to want to tell the story how it goes so people can really know how it is. And it's just a lot of stuff that is scripted and a lot of fake stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and it they portray you as being something that you're not. So, it's just a lot of that, a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know. So it's just trying to get the contract right and making sure that I'm able to be me, and then we'll be able to go forward.
Right. Well, Kai, it looks like we have a caller. You want to take this call?
Sure.
You want to take it? Okay, so it's Delaware. I'm surprised Delaware showing me love tonight. 302-757. You're on the Biz with D with David and Kaya. Who is this? Okay. Now that I think about it, I know who it is. I think they're just listening. But shout out to that person. Appreciate you calling in. So, Kaya, I know
they call them to listen in.
Yep, and that got to have that support. So, Kaya, I know you released the album back in July. Let's talk about that album because I have to say I love it. Let's talk about the project.
Yes. I released my fourth album, Motormouth, a.k.a. Kaya Shimon, which is half hip-hop and half R&B. I'm so excited about the album. It's doing so well. And just touring and promoting the album, I'm having so much fun. And it's a new project with me singing and rapping, so it's a double disc, half hip-hop and half R&B. And, I've always told people I sing before I rap. I just rap because I can, and I love custom bitches out over beats that I create. It's just like I'm venting, really. It's just me putting my emotions on an 808 and a snare. But when I sing and compose songs, it's just totally different. It's really my talent and my gift and what I really wanted to do and what I dreamed of growing up in band and in chorus. And, just one day I'm going to be a singer and I'm performing all over the world in front of thousands of people. And it's like with my hip-hop stuff, it's like a lot of people that write and create music, they don't really take hip-hop serious. A lot of the artists are really a joke, and they're the butt of the joke. And, when I do my R&B and when I put out my Kaya Shimon, it was just like, okay, this is really me. This is really what I do. I enjoy to sing and write music. And so for this to be my first album, really introducing my fans to me being a songstress and singer and a songwriter of R&B, and just how they've received it and are loving it, it's like I'm trying to take it to that level because that's really what I love to do. And I can do it all day. And I love going to shows and performing and singing with my band and performing in front of my fans that are enjoying my music and not just my hip-hop stuff. So I had fun with Motormouth, Kaya Shimon. I really did. I think this probably is my favorite album out of all of them.
Right. Absolutely. And like I said, I love the album. I think it's really great. And I didn't know that you were a singer. So what made you, just want to, overall just say, what was, the initial thought, that came to your mind said, I'm gonna do something with this album? What exactly was it that made you, to make the thoughts really spark?
Well, I sing on all of my albums. I write and produce all of my albums. I do all of my background vocals and my ad-libs.
Right.
I don't really do all of that rhyming in the sun and the moon and the skies and the blue and the dark and the gray and the green and the car. I always like to tell a story and compose a song and put harmonies and melodies and blend them with lyrics and put it all together with the production and make it into a song. And I think that's why my songs last forever. And
Can you say that again, Kaya? I couldn't hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Say it again.
Oh, okay. I've always sung and composed music with my albums, but with Motormouth, with Kaya Shimon, it was like I'm going to dedicate a whole album to just me singing vocally, and the music is not going to be just hard hip hop tracks. They're going to be, R&B tracks with the band and live instruments. And again, I've always done it on my albums just to dedicate a full album to just that. This was my first time, so most of my fans that know me, they know that I sing. For the people that, just think it's my neck and my back, it's kind of been a shock,
right.
but they're still loving it. And they're like, oh, my God, I didn't know she could sing. What else can this bitch do? This bitch rolls, she reads, she gas, she sings. What's she going to do next?
Exactly. That is so true. Now, could you see yourself doing a movie, being in like a movie, having your own reality show, perhaps?
Yeah, and you know what? I write. I'm a creative writer of not just music. I write screenplays and animation, and I do. I probably would see myself on the writing side or the production side or the directing side. But I mean, of course, I'm in the arts. From acting to singing to dance to comedy to all of anything that's the arts and the expression of self. I would love to do it. Yes.
Now, I have a question for you. It's from somebody in the chat. Her name is Jenna, and she wanted to know what's the hardest struggle, with being a female artist.
I guess it would be to just dealing with men. I would think it is a male-dominated industry, and it's a lot of sex lies and videotapes when it comes to the girls. Well, to the boys too, because they giving up ass and head for beats and deals and movie roles and and all of that. So just staying true to who you are and not selling your soul or yourself or your mind or your spirit or your body to try to gain exposure or to make it and have to live with yourself and have to sacrifice things that you don't want to sacrifice just for fame.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm a star, and I don't depend on or need anybody to tell me that I'm a star. My dream was to make music and to perform all over the world, and that's what I do. So, every time I complete a song, it's a pat on my back, and it's like an accomplishment. And so many of the females look for validation from men and from people and that don't really matter. And at the end of the day, if you're doing what you love doing and you have fans that love what you're creating, that's the mark. You hit the mark. And I think a lot of women get caught up into appearance and how they look and, sleeping around and doing things to try to get ahead and cheat and sneak and get through the back door instead of taking the time to grind and struggle and learn and get there, the right, safe way where you can live with yourself. And at the end of the day, the best pillow is a clear conscience, and to be able to say that I've done everything on my own and I didn't have to sacrifice anything and to have fans that love me and that support me, that's an accomplishment to me. So a lot of women want the quick way, and men will tell you, you need us to do this, or you got to sleep with me to do that, or if we don't walk through the door, you won't get in. And you can do it. We females can be bosses, and it's female entrepreneurs and leaders and success stories all over the world what women have done and accomplished against all odds. So it can be done, and I think that would be the hardest thing is to know for yourself that it can be done and not compromise and make it happen.
Now, before I take this call, I definitely would have to agree with you because I know, of course I know women, but I know younger women that are really struggling to, really just pursue and be that boss chick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just that boss woman, period. However I put it, they're struggling. They got things that are holding them back, that's to be more in-depth people. What advice do you have for those women?
If you're dependent on people, you'll never make it. At the end of the day, it's about self. And you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your dreams. You have to sacrifice for yourself. You know, and a lot of women, again, they don't want to do the hard work. They feel, I'm pretty, I can make it this way, or I can get ass shots and I can make it that way, and I can hang around these guys and sleep with him and wiggle my way through this way. And it's like, no. You know, if this is your dream, then you need to work hard towards it, and you need to make money and put money back into yourself. And it's like a lot of women don't want to do that. And it's just, my advice would be, invest in yourself. You know, invest in your sound, getting your things mixed and mastered, your photo shoot, you know, making sure that your music sounds good, and trying to do yourself, try to own yourself, try to, you know, when people do a lot of things for you, they want a lot of things in return, and I think that's why a lot of people wonder why they're broke at the end of the day. And it's like, okay, if the label is dressing you and the label is paying for your studio time and they're making sure that your album is done and they're getting you beats and they're buying your clothes, and then you wind up with no money and you running around doing free promo shows looking pretty, that's all you're going to do is look pretty, but you don't really have anything. You can't say you own anything. And a lot of women is like, oh, well, he's going to do this for me, and I'm going to wait for the label to do that for me, and he's flying me out. But, you know, he's owning the rights to everything that you're doing. You know, so it's like you have to really invest in yourself if you want to be a boss. You know, if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to invest in your business and invest in your brand. And I think a lot of people are lazy and they don't really want to do that.
Right. Absolutely. So let's take this call from goodness gracious, I want to say Michigan. I'm falling
I love Detroit.
Yes, 585. Yeah, that's New York, right? I think that's New York. Yeah, that's New York. Yeah. All right, so 585. You're on the biz with D and Kaya. Who's this? New York.
We can't get nobody in tonight, huh?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Well, I wanted to play your song, Turn You Out.
Turn You Out. Yes, I love it.
Can you tell the listeners about the concept behind Turn You Out before we get into it?
Turn you out. Sometimes I feel like a girl, sometimes I feel like a boy, because that is definitely me. Sometimes I have to be strong, sometimes I have to be soft, sometimes I have to be a bitch, sometimes I have to be a sex kitten. And I think it is, again, just being a woman and being in control. You know, sometimes you have to be aggressive. Sometimes you have to be submissive. So, you know, the song is just about, you know, sometimes you have to be in control and put your feet down, and sometimes it's like, you know what, I'm going to let you have this, and I'm going to let go, and I'm going to submit to you and your will. So it's really just about female, feminine and masculine energy, and just being hard and soft and strong, and I love it. It's so fun. I had so much fun writing this song, and that's really what it's about. Just I'm thug missus, but I'm a thug and I'm a missus. You know, I'm
right.
It's gangsters and it's gangstresses. You know, and you know, we all sometimes we feel like we don't want to fight, and sometimes we want.
Kaya, you there?
Yes.
Cool. Now, what were you saying about Turn You Out before we had some technical difficulty?
I love Turn You Out. It's just about feminine and masculine energy, and just, you know, being strong and having to be soft, and, you know, being aggressive and submissive, and I just love it. It's me all day.
Yes, absolutely. And it definitely describes like a man and a woman, you know, because that kind of song, it describes everybody. So
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a great record. So let me ask you, because I know we were talking while we were playing some jams. You got some books coming out next year. Let's talk about the 3 books you were telling me about.
Yes, and the fans have been waiting for these books, and I've just been putting all of my everything into my music that I haven't really had time to get the books published and put out. But the book is coming out in 2013. So the fans have been like, when are the books coming out? You know, and I'm like, I'm touring and I'm trying to get these albums done, and I really haven't had time to push the books. So I'm going to push Ignorant Signs and Love Yourself hard next year. So all the fans can look forward to getting an ebook online, and they can also order it and you know, from TME. And I'm about the books. I'm excited about my music. I'm touring all 2013 as well for spring and summer. So you guys make sure you tune in to the website, Kaya.com, and my Facebook, Kaya Shimon, and Twitter, Queen Kaya, to make sure 4 dates on everything that's going on. And just trying to stay busy and keep performing with the fans and giving them things so they can continue to support me.
Yes, absolutely. Now, what are the names of the books, if you don't mind sharing it with the listeners? Because you shared it with me, but you may not want to share it with them.
Yes, one of them is called Ignoring the Signs, and the other one is called Love Yourself Whole, which the HOE is having like a self-help inspirational book, and Ignoring the Signs is more of a relationship book, fiction story, and both of them is crazy. It's a must-read, and if you enjoy the blogs, and if you enjoy all of my written blogs, and keeping up with something that I've been doing, you're already in tune to what everything is about, and you already know that I'm a fool when it comes to writing and telling the story. I'm a storyteller, and it's going to be hot. So I'm looking forward to the fans in the book and loving it and learning from it, and
right.
It's going to be good.
Absolutely. So, what would you say your dream collaboration would be? Who would it be with? It can be as far as artists or production-wise.
Oh, God. I would think it would be with Pink. I'm a huge Pink fan. I love CeeLo, too. Yes. He's like my favorite. But if it wasn't, those are my two. Those are my two. Or will.i.am, so I have three, because I love will.i.am, too. I would love to do some crazy stuff for the UK with will.i.am. I love Pink. If I was a white girl, I would be her. She's like my Siamese twin. And then CeeLo is like the greatest of all time. I'm so proud of him and where he has grown and went as far as musically and with his music and stuff. So I don't even have one. I think it would be those three: Pink, will.i.am, and CeeLo.
Awesome. I think that'd be a dope collaboration. It would definitely be different for you. Totally.
Yes.
Because no one's like really heard you go that route before with artists such as them. So definitely be a mind opener, and definitely more so expand your fan base, because then people be like, wow, let me check out Kaya.
Yes.
Who's Kaya? In case if they didn't know.
Yes, it would. And then I you know what? I think 60% of my fan base is white, and 30% is gay, and then 10% is black. So I think a lot of my white fans would love it, and they know. I think they've been the ones that keeping me alive and supporting me. I hate to say it about my own, but they're just negative, and we can't be that. But they're going to bootleg, and they're not going to really buy, and they watch a lot of TV, and whoever is in for then and for now, that's who they like. And, it's a chosen few of us that really love, like, our Brandies and our, Ashante Moores and, to say, oh, I love Pink and I love Van Hunt and, I love these type of people, instead of just the Waka Flockas and the Futures and those type of people. And I think that's why I wanted to do my stuff. I can be respected in that lane to know, I just do this just because I can for fun. But I'm in the class, and, I'm a songwriter, and I'm supposed to be in this lane, so let me kind of show you, motherfuckers, that I don't even really have to be here playing with y'all. It's just, really. But, so those would have been my classmates. We would have all been in chorus together, singing and creating stuff and performing in the orchestra and in the symphonies. And with Josh Groban, like, I'm a huge Josh Groban fan, and we have a on Twitter room, and I just love him to death because I respect his music. And so I'm really ready to move forward into that direction. And with growth and just me being older, and now it's like I want to really do what I do. So that's what's next for Kaya.
Nice. Well, let me tell you, I'm looking so forward to all the things that you have in store, Kaya. And I just wish you the best success. I mean, shit, you've already had success, but I mean for huge success is what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
for real.
Thank you. Yes. Speak it, baby.
Any final remarks before I let you go, Miss Kaya?
Well, I enjoyed you, D, and I wish you success as well. I can't wait to hear your stuff. And, just thank you for having me. Much love to the fans. Make sure you guys check me out, Motormouth, a.k.a. Kaya Shimon. It's available now on iTunes. Support independent artists and buy direct. And hit me up on Twitter, Queen Kaya. It's really me. No, I don't have a PR or anybody else that's fighting for me. So, hit me up. Let me know your thoughts and if you need features or interviews.